Okay, well, you'd be wrong on both counts.
Okay, that's just my professional opinion based on
No,
personal
it's not your
experience.
professional opinion. It's your ignorant opinion
Okay.
as an absolute clown who's not trained in anything and
Okay.
doesn't know anything about anything.
Bro, you're fat.
Wrong on both counts.
You're fat.
No, you're wrong on that one too.
You have no weight in this conversation. You're fat. You got no
You're
abs.
wrong. You're wrong in that one as well, Harley. That's
You're fat, bro.
absolutely everything that comes out of your stupid mouth.
You've
is
got a
ignorant
body
and
like
wrong.
a salami or so hang up to the muff.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
You're an
All right.
absolute
You
clown.
do, bro.
If that's
All
all
right,
you've got, you might as well
Oh.
turn your mic off now, Harley, because you've got nothing to offer anybody. I'm not fat by any definition provided by anybody. I have never taken steroids whatsoever. You know, you're just talking bullshit. You're just talking out a hole in your ass. You're just a clown.
Today's video, we start with a hydration chart. Am I hydrated? Aim for clear urine at least 10 times a day. Eat a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables. Drink a quart of water before meals. Thank you.
Welcome to the video. I'm going to talk about the top 3 foods for cyclists. What's the best foods to eat for weight loss if you're a cyclist? If you're new to the videos, if you want more information, grab a copy of my cycling ebook, Durianrider's Lean Body Bible at durianrider.com. It's got the best cycling tips out there. If you're a noob, if you're a pro, if you're intermediate, if you want the hacks. Cycling is a sport of millimeters and grams and calories. So if you want to learn the short way, the shortcuts, then get a copy of my book. And it's constantly updated as well. So you get free updates for life if you buy it from durianrider.com. Hate to be salesy, but people need this information. And people want to buy stuff, and if you're going to buy stuff, buy the best. I'm a big fan of that. If you're going to buy something, if you're going to pay for something, buy the best. My ebooks are the best in category, hands down. Anyway, top 3 foods. We're using Natasha here. This was filmed 2 days ago here in Adelaide, November 2019. And you can see here Natasha's a fantastic example of my work, of my truth, of the facts that the body runs on carbohydrate, the body prefers carbohydrate, and the body is designed to be very slim. The body's designed to be very slim. Now, you might be a bit more muscular naturally. You might have, bigger quad muscles. We can see here in Natasha's quads. You might just genetically have more muscle, and that's fantastic. That's fine. But body fat levels, we're talking about body fat levels. So Natasha's body fat is quite slim. It is very low. And so to get there, it just comes down to eating minimal dietary fat. The fat we eat is the fat we wear. So you often see it right now as a trend with the keto or high-fat diet, and people are saying eat more fat to lose fat. It's like cleaning your bike with sandpaper. It's like it's like, oh, I'm gonna clean my bike with sandpaper, and you take sandpaper to your frame. You're like, wow, it sort of works. But you end up with just like dissolving your whole carbon bike. And so the reason why the high-fat diet might work for some people is because you feel so sick of all this fat in your gut, you can't eat anymore. So it's a form of sort of make yourself sick diet, It doesn't work. The fat doesn't make you slim. The fat actually makes you fatter because you're still more fat. But initially, you might lose weight because you can't eat anything because your guts are all twisted up. They're full of grease and oil, and your digestion's just taking a beating. And what happens as well is you lose muscle. You lose muscle on the first day because you're losing water weight. And the muscle, we know the muscle's about 70, 80, 90% water, depending on your body. And so you're losing all this water from your muscles. So you're losing muscle. When you dehydrate yourself, you're losing muscle. You're losing lean body mass. You're losing lean body mass when you don't have enough water in your system. So you're losing muscle, which some people want to lose muscle. I get it. Some people are just so muscular they can't fit through a door and they're trying to lose muscle. All right, those people are very, very rare, and they live on the planet Mars. But that's the deal there. So, the high-fat diet just kills your muscle off, kills your muscle glycogen. So you do lose weight on the scales, and then you think, oh, wow, this is going to happen. This is going to keep going. But no, what happens is you lose all the muscle, and then you start gaining all this fat. So you're losing muscle glycogen, and you're gaining fat, because unless you're in a massive calorie deficit, all that fat you're eating is just getting stored as fat. So you might be able to go out on the bike and go for a ride, jack yourself up full of stimulants and go for a ride, burn some calories, but then you're going to come home and you're going to replace all those fat calories you just burnt with more fat. It makes no sense. All right. So the best foods to eat are white rice, bananas, and refined sugar, aka sucrose, glucose, fructose, maltodextrin, which is from corn. There's a brand out there called UCAN, which is basically just expensive corn sugar. I almost said Sean sugar. It's corn sugar, aka maltodextrin. And this is a question someone asked me the other day. What do you think of the UCAN? The UCAN magic corn powder. It's just maltodextrin. It's just another refined sugar. And people are like, no, it doesn't contain any sugar. It's pure sugar. It's pure glucose. But legal loopholes allow it to say 0 sugar. But it's still 100 grams of carbs of that is 100 grams of sugar, okay? But there's a little legal loophole in the nutritional world. Maltodextrin, when they call it super starch, special proprietary super starch, that's just a scammer's way of saying we're selling you maltodextrin, aka corn sugar, you sucker. So that's what I love. There's these low carb people out there saying, I do UCAN. I do UCAN, man. UCAN is corn sugar. It's maltodextrin. All right, ring up the company. UCAN. I have asked them. It's maltodextrin. They call it super starch. It's maltodextrin. So they're selling people these big tubs of maltodextrin powder for like 20, 30, 50 bucks. And that stuff costs maybe 50 cents to make. Maltodextrin is so cheap. And it's good stuff. It's just a glucose polymer chain of like, 2 to 20 units, chains of molecules of glucose. So it's super saturated glucose. It's super glucose. So anyway, so white rice. Why is white rice good? It tastes good. It blends with the other food good. I like having white rice with sugar or soy sauce or some hoisin sauce. Any sort of vegan oil-free sauce. It's really good. White rice. It's filling. It's cheap. It's a really good strong source of carbohydrate and it's full of glucose. Another good one is ripe bananas. Bananas are very fantastic. They're very mineral-rich, vitamin-rich, and if you have them when they're spotty and ripe, they digest so well. And they have all these antioxidants and special wanky good stuff in there. So bananas are just fantastic. They can be hard to get quality, but if you live in the USA, organic bananas are easy to get. Organic I find just tastes better, and I'm a big fan of supporting organic farmers when possible. Yes, organic farmers do use chemicals as well, but it's going to be a lot safer for the environment. And if you have kids, think of your kids. Think of the environment your kids are going to inherit in 10, 20, 30 years' time. So yeah. Next one will be sugar, which sugar is basically sucrose, which is a molecule blend of glucose and fructose. 50-50 ratio, glucose, fructose equals sucrose, aka table sugar. It's also found in fruit. Fruit is full of sucrose as well. And so sucrose is great because it gives you that high glycemic glucose boost for quick energy, quick recovery, but also it contains fructose, which is a low glycemic sugar, which give you a bit more of a sustained release. So you've got the energy now instantly from the glucose, and you've got energy coming in, stripped in by the fructose long term. So that's why fruit is just really magic food. And if you're eating a diet with blending fruit with sugar or sprinkling sugar on top of fruit, you're getting such a rapid recovery from your training, from your life. It could be your training might be your kids. Might be having lots of sex or doing lots of running or whatever you do, or working really hard mentally. That's your training. So by incorporating the sugar, the fruit, and the white rice, you're going to fill up on that, and you're not going to want to have the fatty foods as much. I know for myself, I know if I want to go and have some vegan junk food or whatever, if I just have some carbs first, I pretty much don't even want that vegan junk food anymore, which is typically fatty food. And, or if I do want to have some still, I'll have a lot less. So I just get less fat grams. So when I'm trying to bulk, I'll just eat the vegan junk food straight away. So I'll get my fat grams. But if I'm being a bit mindful, if I want to keep my weight lean, then if I want to keep my abs going, I will just have some carbs instead so I don't have the fat. Because the fat just covers your body with fat. And that's fine. It's a storage molecule. It's a storage calorie. So there you go. That's the truth. That's the bomb facts. Look how lean I am. I'm age 42. Look how lean Natasha is compared to the average 21-year-old female. If you know any 21-year-old females who have a lean physique as Natasha, please send me their Instagram. But you'll be struggling to find them because in today's society, most 21-year-olds are overweight. And doesn't make it bad. It's just a reflection of society and the fat, the calorie restriction, the anorexia, the adaptive thermogenesis, and the contraceptive pill, all these medications that cause weight gain long-term in girls. Girls are taught to starve and their weight rebounds. And they starve again, the weight rebounds even more. And it's this whole vicious cycle. So Natasha's bypassed all that, and she's a fantastic genetic example of what happens or when you're eating like an African, Asian, Indian style diet, heavy on the plants, heavy on the carbs, low on the fats, and we could put 20 kilos in Natasha and Jude in very quickly time by eating, meat and oils and just as much as possible, bulk up from all that meat and fat, and that's just how it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the road. And dairy would probably be one of the number one weight gain foods. If you're trying to gain a lot of weight fast, dairy, fantastic for that, but also can be bad for your hormones, etc. So be careful with that, all the estrogen in the dairy. Give you man boobs. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the road. Stay safe. Cut the fuck up.
On about, but it's pretty scary, man. Check it out.